Heidi-ho! This is Sean for the Electronic Emotions program. Today is Tuesday, and I'm uploading my number 2 top PlayStation list that focuses on the PlayStation 2. I don't know if I've got a theme here or not. You're just gonna have to wait and see. Unfortunately, I don't feel, for some reason, that I have the time to really clean myself up and be presentable to all of you. So I'm just gonna make a double of myself. So there's technically 2 of me, and we are going to present this list. I'll get right into it since, I just feel I have something to do, so I better hurry. iToy Play 2. With the iToy camera putting you on the screen, it's like having 2 of you, so you never have to play alone. Well, since my double's playing this game, and now he has a virtual double, this is like a double-double. Double-double? Ooh, I think I need to make a Timmy's run. Dark Cloud 2. I love the first Dark Cloud game, but I just can't seem to get into this one. It's my 3rd attempt at starting it up over the years, and this time I like it better than normal, but it just seems like there's too much going on. They really slowly drip feed you how the game works. I'm like 14 hours in, there's still new mechanics being implemented, and this feels like it's a really slow go. It's still fun, but I think this is a game that is an example of Jack of all trades, master of none. Karaoke Revolution 2. When the first Karaoke Revolution game came out, karaoke was at its peak of, maybe not its peak of popularity, but it was a really new thing that we all loved. And when they announced Karaoke Revolution 2, and that I Believe in a Thing Called Love was going to be on it, a song I had just heard of a couple months before, I thought that was a ridiculous idea. Who could sing that song? Well, I'll tell you what, I got good at that song. I sang that in real karaoke in front of real people, and it was not a disastrous mess. I can't sing it anymore. You just have to trust me that I used to be able to sing it properly. The Karaoke Revolution series is a fantastic starting point that eventually led to what I consider my favorite game series of all time, Rock Band. RPG Maker 2. RPG Maker 2 is the game between the 3 RPG makers for the PS1 and PS2 that Goldilocks would have chosen. It is not too overwhelming, but at the same time, it's not too limiting like 3 was. And as such, it's just the graphics style, the stuff you can do with it. Man, it's still overwhelming, as you can see by the menus I'm going to show you. I'm not going to show you how to actually build a game. I don't have the time to get into that right now. But I'll show you the preset game that's in there. That isn't too bad, and kind of gives you an idea of what you can do. Shadow Man, To Second Coming. I haven't played the first game yet. Those that know me know that most of the time I need to start a series from the beginning. But you have been halfway through this list so far, and I think you're smart enough to have caught the theme. And this game implements that theme in its title in the most classy way possible. Much like Driv 3R and 5 Harknado. Need for Speed, Hot Pursuit 2. I know what you're thinking. You're like, Sean, we already established in the last entry that we know the theme of this list. It's the sequels list. It's the number 2 in a series. Well, yeah, sure, Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2 is Need for Speed 5 technically, but well, according to EA, it's Need for Speed 3 2. So I mean, it's like 3 squared, which would be 9, or maybe it's 3 plus 2, which is the 5. 3 times 2, that'd be 6. You know what? Just it's 2. It's 2. Okay? Whew. Now, I played the demo for this game a lot. I always thought it was a beautiful game, so eventually I bought it. I think I've put it in my PlayStation 2 once. Tony Hawk's Underground 2. Okay, look. We just went over this in the last entry. I'm not going to go through the math of it all. Yes, it's the 6th Tony Hawk game, but it's the second Thug game, okay? Right, let's just ignore that. All right. So, again, this is a game where I haven't given it much play because I haven't played the rest. I'm currently going through number 1 slowly. I really am enjoying it. I just can't get the physics of how the skateboard works in the games, and it makes it tough. Look at how I'm trying to make that quarter pipe transfer in this gameplay here. Look how much I suck. Man, it's not like I haven't ever played a skateboarding game before. You just think I'd learn by now, but I don't. One of the big draws for me when I bought this was I am a big Jackass fan, and it was really cool that Bam and at least Little Man was in there. Or Wee Man was in here. It's too bad to see how far Bam has fallen. It's a shame he won't be in Jackass forever. But, c'est la vie! Resident Evil Outbreak File 2. It says 2 in the title! Leave me alone! Okay. So, I'm happy that the 2 Outbreak games are side games outside of the main canon, or any canon. They're kind of like standalone stories. Of like 5 standalone stories per game, in fact. And the reason why I'm happy is because I like to finish, a series in order before moving on. And I consider these outside of a series far enough where they are ignorable. Although there's a lot going for them, it's never implemented properly. I think one of the biggest problems is the lack of being able to communicate with the other players. I mean, honestly, I did actually get to play the first game online on my PlayStation 2 back then, and honestly, I couldn't even tell if they were real people. I can't remember if there was name like user IDs or anything above their heads or not. Like, there probably was or something, but because they can't talk to you, and online players even back then were just as stupid and useless as online players often now, honestly, the AI players just seem less dumb. And so I never really enjoyed it for that, and it's not really a fantastic single player experience, but they are fun. It is an interesting playthrough. If you like Resident Evil, give them a shot. They actually are pretty good. They say there's no such thing as second place, just first loser. I also think there's no such thing as tied for first place. They just both lose to each other. So, for the final entry on the list, at number 2 and at number 2 will be Armored Core 2 and Armored Core 2 for the PlayStation 2. Now, both of these games, I suck too hard at them. Maybe it's because they're From Software games. I don't know. But you know what? I suck and I don't have the time right now to practice these games. Don't have time. Wait, don't I have something to do? Didn't I say it was Tuesday? Uh-oh. I've got to get there and record the Beeps and Bloops podcast. I'm going to run out of time if I'm not already too late. I got to go. Toodaloo! I'm still trapped in the iToy. Sequels can be good. Just because I'm a number 2 and I'm digital doesn't mean I'm no good. I can't work. Let me out, please. Please.